Welcome to Rockley, YouTube's best channel for record collectors. And today I want to talk about when is collecting enough? You know, when have you reached your limit? Is there such thing as too many records? Let's dive into it. So record collecting for me, it brings me a lot of joy. As I'm sure it does for you, there is just something about this hobby that is unlike anything else that I enjoy. The whole ritual and the connection I have with music and the physical format itself is just unparalleled to me, right? What prompted this discussion and why I want to bring it up is because if you're on Instagram, there's a popular handle, You Collect Vinyl Now. Michael over there, great guy, amazing collection, beautiful setup. Anyway, I followed him on Instagram for several years, and recently he posted that he was giving up record collecting, and that just like blew my mind. He said he'd been collecting for over 10 years, and he built up a really impressive collection. And he's selling it all, not just like I'm gonna sell some of the more valuable stuff. He was done, and he made a post of like reassuring that like he's not having a mental breakdown. He's not this nothing's wrong. He's at a different point in his life. Decided to start a new chapter. Feels like collecting's not a part of it, and he goes on to say that it doesn't mean he won't collect in the future or collect something else, but he didn't like how much time he was spending on collecting. It was really occupying a lot of his mental space, in that he was always constantly looking for the latest release, variants, things like that, and just became this obsession on continuing to get the latest thing. And also the space in his house, right? Records take up a lot of space. He was starting to feel, I guess, it got to a point, it was too many records for him. I asked at the beginning, is there such thing as too many records? And obviously, it's subjective, right? Like 100 records for you might be too many. 10,000 records for someone else might not be nearly enough. It depends on the person, the situation. But Michael from You Collect Vinyl, I got my notes here. He's changed his handle to My Vinyl Is Your Vinyl, because you can go to his Instagram, and if there's anything he has left that you're interested in, you can contact him and he'll ship it to you. He still has a lot of really good stuff left if you're interested. Anyway, his story really struck me. I definitely spent some time thinking about records. What's coming out? What do I want? I'm just exploring music constantly and deciding what albums to buy. So that question of when is too many? And I've kind of got to the point where it's like, oh, it's probably time to add another shelf. But seeing Michael's post and thinking about it, I really started, I was like, is it? Maybe I should start limiting myself to a certain amount of shelf space. I've seen other collectors do that. I don't know if he's still active, but there was a channel called Vinyl Minimalism, and his whole channel and the goal he had was to limit himself to a 4-cube shelf, and deciding what records go into that, and maintaining that collection, in a minimalist style of what to keep in there. Interesting concept, like that when he came out and I saw some of his videos, that wasn't really attractive to me, right? Like I didn't want to limit myself to that. As years passed and I get more and more into collecting, deeper into it, I really start to wonder, when is it enough? Transition back, like I love collecting. I really enjoy my collection. I'm trying to develop new ways to go back through it and make sure that I'm listening to my collection, right? And not just the new stuff. I guess for me, too many records is when you get to a point that, or when I get to a point that I'm feeling overwhelmed. So there's not a specific number, somebody can say, oh, well, if you have X number of records, that's way too many. Because of the points we pointed out before, it's all about your circumstance and what you're comfortable space-wise in where you live in storing these records, and also in your mind, how much time is acceptable to you, right? Like what, and how can you determine how much time that somebody thinks about collecting? When is it a problem? And I would say it's all about balance. It's when, collecting starts affecting other, important areas of your life, like, relationships, family, work. If they start having a negative impact on those because of your obsession with records, then I'd say I probably need to make a change. Anyway, I just thought this was an interesting topic, and I was curious of like what you guys thought, or if you think about your collection growing, and do you limit yourself to a specific amount, or do you just keep going and going until that you just don't have any space left to put them, or even then you'll find more space. Anyway, I'm curious to know what if you guys limit yourself, or how you go about answering the question, is there too many, for yourself in your collection. If you made it this far, thank you. And I'd appreciate a like and subscribe if you'd care to. And follow me on Instagram. Love talking to folks about records. So if you want to hit me up on there, shoot me a message. If you have anything you want to suggest I listen to, or anything that you're just like super pumped about, would love to have you reach out. And thank you for everyone that's reached out to me about making videos. I'm sorry. I know I've been really irregular about it, and so I hope to be more regular. I know I've said that before, and it's a mental thing with me. I can't tell you how many videos I've tried to make over the last year or two, and I just scrap them because I don't like how they turn out for a number of reasons. And anyway, I truly appreciate you guys watching and commenting, and that's why I do it. I don't have any sponsors or anything. I love collecting. I love talking about music and exploring music, and trying to find like-minded folks. So anyway, thank you. Winston, you playing guitar? Yeah.